Hello and a very warm welcome. I am Gushin Garland and you're watching Firstpost. In the next 2 minutes, I get you the top 40 updates from around the world, only here on Fast and Factual. Let's get started. First in from India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a Cabinet Committee Security Council meeting soon after the meet, in which Indian authorities released details of Operation Sindoor, carried out by the forces against Pakistan. The government said the armed forces carried out the operation in under 23 minutes, targeting its key air bases. The government added that the Indian Air Force successfully jammed Pakistan's Chinese-made air defence system deployed along the LOC and the international border. And with this, India once again debunked Pakistan's false claims and misinformation. The Indian government said that the strikes were carried out without any loss of assets. Meanwhile, Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh visited Srinagar to review the security situation. He reiterated India's commitment to fight against terrorism. He said Operation Sindoor taught Pakistan a lesson it will never forget. He urged international organizations to take control of Pakistan's nuclear facilities. Singh was joined by Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha during his visit. 3 terrorists were reportedly killed in an encounter that broke out between security forces and terrorists in the Pulwama region of Jammu and Kashmir. The gunfight followed a cordon and search operation by the forces. The operation was launched after the forces received input on the presence of terrorists in the area. US President Donald Trump is set to conclude his Gulf tour today, with the last stop in Abu Dhabi after Saudi Arabia and Qatar. The commander-in-chief urged Qatar to persuade Iran to reach an agreement with the US over its nuclear program. He also announced a $200 billion deal for Boeing aircraft and stoked a controversy over a luxury plane offered to him by Qatar. Russian President Vladimir Putin is not attending talks in Turkey with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. Russia and Ukraine will now hold delegation-level talks in Turkey. Zelensky had earlier challenged Putin to meet him in person at the negotiations. These are the first direct talks between Ukraine and Russia since 2022. A Mexican social media influencer was shot dead during a live stream on TikTok. According to reports, the 23-year-old had tens and thousands of followers. The authorities said a man entered the premises and apparently fired at her. A multi-vehicle crash killed at least 21 people in Mexico. The incident took place on a highway connecting Mexico's Oaxaca and Puebla states. The crash, involving a truck, a bus and a transport van, injured several people. A massive fire broke out at a chemical warehouse near Seville in southern Spain. No injuries were reported in the incident. The blaze triggered evacuations in nearby warehouses and confined almost 80,000 people to their homes. Anti-pension reform protesters hit the streets in Panama. The protesters blocked the International Inter-American Road. The demonstrators alleged that the police fired tear gas at nearby residents not involved in the protest. In climate news, an unseasonal heat wave has gripped parts of Texas, with Austin hitting a record 37.7 degrees Celsius on May 14th, surpassing its 2003 record. The National Weather Service issued extreme heat warnings, noting this early May heat rivals 1998's all-time high. Scientists warn that such extreme temperatures weeks before summer's official start could signal a worrying trend. Severe flooding struck western Maryland, submerging roads and even flooding the Potomac Fire Company No. 2 firehouse in Westernport. Video showed water covering the station floor and responders navigating submerged streets. Maryland Governor confirmed via Facebook that the state's Emergency Operations Center has heightened its alert status to support the response. Northern Minnesota is battling 3 major wildfires, with the Jenkins Creek fire expanding to over 20,000 acres. The Camp House fire has destroyed over 140 structures, scorching nearly 12,000 acres, while the Munger Shaw fire covers 1,300 acres. Forecasted rain may bring relief, but officials remain on high alert. The European Commission has proposed scaling back more environmental conditions tied to its nearly 400 billion common agriculture policy. It is aiming to reduce bureaucracy and save farmers up to over $1 billion annually. New proposals include fewer on-site farm inspections and exemptions from small farmers. The move also follows farmer protests over strict EU regulations and cheaper imports. Nigerian author Abby Dare has been awarded the first ever climate fiction prize for her novel And So I Roar. She also got a prize money which is approximately $12,500. Though initially focused on rural women's struggles, the book evolved into a poignant exploration of climate injustice in Africa. Judges praised its powerful storytelling on how environmental crises disproportionately impact women and children. On to business and tech news now. Global stocks struggle for direction, while the US dollar stumbles as the euphoria from market tailwinds earlier in the week fizzles out. In Japan, the Nikkei slipped 0.9% earlier in the day, while China's CSI 300 blue chip index dipped 0.23%. Nasdaq and S&P 500 futures also edged lower. Meanwhile, the US dollar struggles to hold on to its early week gains. Oil prices loses nearly $1 in early trade on expectations of potential US-Iran nuclear deal, while an unexpected build in US crude oil inventories last week heightens investor concerns about oversupply. Brent crude futures fell 88 cents or 1.3% to $62.21 a barrel. Boeing secures its biggest deal for widebody aircraft as Qatar Airways places firm orders for 160 jetliners with options for 50 more during President Donald Trump's visit to Doha. The $96 billion agreement includes 130 787s and 30 777X jets, all powered by GE Aerospace engines, marking GE's biggest engine deal to date. The jets will be delivered over several years. A new report suggests the US Department of Justice is conducting a criminal investigation into United Health Group for possible Medicare fraud. This comes after the health insurer's CEO steps down and the company suspends its projections for this year. The DOJ probe adds to the growing scrutiny of the Medicare Advantage program in the US. Ketchup maker Kraft Heinz is spending $3 billion to upgrade its US factories, its largest investment in its plants in a decade. This comes even as executives say consumer sentiment is at its lowest point in 70 years. The investment will help lower costs while allow the packaged food maker to come up with and sell new products faster. Some of Europe's largest retailers are urging the European Commission to act on what they call excessive fees by payment giants Visa and MasterCard. In a joint letter, companies including Aldi, IKEA, H&M and Amazon claim card fees rose nearly 34% between 2018 and 2022 without service improvements. The group wants EU regulators to cap charges, increase transparency and strengthen scrutiny of the two dominant US payment firms. Amazon reportedly cuts around 100 jobs in its devices and service unit, which oversees products like Alexa voice assistant, Kindle and Zook self-driving cars. It comes as Amazon continues to streamline operations after rolling out a major AI update to Alexa earlier this year. The company says the move follows a regular business review and is aimed at aligning teams with its product roadmap. Uber Technologies unveils a range of new offerings such as shared fixed route rates and expanded membership passes, targeting consumers seeking cost-effective ways to travel. This comes as the ride-sharing app looks to invest in more affordable transport and delivery offerings to widen its user base and combat slowing revenue. Uber's new route-sharing ride option will cost half as much as company's UberX ride-hail service. Warner Bros. Discovery is rebranding its streaming service as HBO Max this summer, restoring the HBO name it dropped 2 years ago. The move aims to boost subscribers by leveraging HBO's strong global reputation for premium shows like The Game of Thrones. The company expects its streaming subscribers to exceed 150 million by 2026, driven by international expansion into the UK, Ireland, Italy and Germany. Tech giant Alphabet's Waymo is recalling more than 1,200 self-driving vehicles to update software after safety concerns over collisions with chains, gates and other barriers. The move follows a probe by US regulators who found the vehicles had been involved in 16 such incidents. between 2022 and late 2024, although no injuries were reported. Moving to sports, we begin with cricket. The International Cricket Council remain on top of the women's ODI team rankings. But England and India also made gains and closed the gap at the top. While Australia remain on the apex with 167 rating points, England are second with 127 points, closely followed by India at third with 121 points. Indian Cricket Board (BCCI) will allow the IPL franchises to sign temporary replacement players for the final stages of the rearranged 2025 season. But it has been made clear that the temporary replacements will not be eligible for retention ahead of the next season. Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim ruled out quitting the Premier League club. Amorim said he is far from quitting and that he has a clear idea of what to do, as he understands the problems of the team. Barcelona extended the contract of 16-year-old Babu Kuruma. Kuruma is reported to have signed a 3-year deal until 2028, the maximum permitted for players under 18. The 16-year-old is viewed with Barca as a highly promising, versatile player, capable of playing both as a centre-back as well as a full-back. Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Awoniyi is out of an induced coma following a serious injury during Sunday's draw with Leicester City. The 27-year-old Nigerian international collided with goalpost in the 88th minute of the game. He rejoined the game after initial treatment but was limping for the last 10 minutes of the match. In tennis, women's world number 1 Ariana Sabalenka crashed out of the Italian Open. Sabalenka lost out to Paris Olympics gold medalist Qinwen Zhang 4-6, 3-6. The defeat ends a run of 8 straight win for Sabalenka, who started the tournament on the back of a Madrid Open victory. And after Sabalenka's shock exit from Italian Open, women's world number 3 Coco Gauff will face China's Qinwen Zhang in the semi-finals. Gauff has entered the semis after defeating world number 7 Mira Andreeva in straight sets. And unlike her singles dominance, it wasn't a smooth sailing for Coco Gauff in the women's doubles at Italian Open. Playing with the Philippines' Alexandra Ella, the duo lost out to an Italian pair 5-7, 6-3, 7-10 in the women's doubles quarterfinals. In badminton, India's Unnati Huda and Malvika Bansal crashed out of the ongoing Thailand Open. Both the Indians lost out to Thai opponents in straight games in their respective rounds of 16 clashes. Indian Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra was conferred with honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel in the Indian Territorial Army. Chopra earlier held the rank of Naib Subedar after being enrolled as a junior commissioned officer in August 2016. And now from the world of showbiz, Tom Cruise dazzled the Cannes Film Festival with Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. His film received 5-minute standing ovation for his high-octane stunts. Despite the applause, the film's lengthy runtime left some attendees exhausted, with a few exiting before the finale. Netflix has confirmed Bridgerton will continue with Season 5 and 6, while Season 4 is set to premiere in 2026. The show, based on Julia Quinn's romance novels, will eventually adapt all 8 books. A sneak peek of Season 4 was unveiled, teasing a masked ball meet cute between Benedict Bridgerton and Sophie Bake. In emotional testimony, singer Cassie Ventura recounted years of alleged abuse by Sean Diddy Combs. She revealed about a $20 million settlement and detailed incidents of rape and psychological torment. Her tearful account marks a pivotal moment in Combs' ongoing sex trafficking trial. Blake Lively's legal team has refuted claims of attempting to blackmail Taylor Swift into releasing a public statement of support. The accusations, stemming from a court filing by Justin Baldoni's lawyer, remain unverified and based on an anonymous source. Lively's lawyers call these claims unequivocally and demonstrably false. And finally, the trailer of Kim Kardashian's All's Fair is out. It is a new legal drama from Ryan Murphy. This marks her biggest scripted role yet. The trailer reveals Kardashian as a fierce divorce attorney alongside Naomi Watts and Niecy Nash Betts. The show promises Kardashian's serious pivot into prestige television. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. I am Gushin Galan and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Stay informed and stay tuned to Firstpost.